we'll get a bunch of old stuff, but that's how our system generates the ball draw.
Can we answer any other questions or give any other clarifications for you guys?
Protect you guys. Have any questions?
So, like, if the game goes into some type of an error, so we work on machines on the casino a lot. So, let's say it goes into an error, they have to do a RAM clear, right?
Have to do what?
A RAM clear,
Okay.
like a reset.
Explain what that is, okay?
Random access memory reset.
Right.
Okay.
They have to get some different kind of chip and put it in the machine and reset it. Is there an equivalent on the server that you would have to do to reset that RNG or that processor?
There is a way we can do it on our system at the server level, but normally what we do is we do it at the box, at the cabinet. There's a certain key sequence that you can key in that would do a RAM clear and then reset all the meters back to default.
And what's the control for that?
Physical access, number one, with a key. Then also you have to have a keyboard. You'd also have an access code to enter into the system with high enough access to do that.
I think that you mentioned that you work on machines at a casino, though. This is
just from experience.
right. So again, that thing in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
this is entirely different. If this machine fails, the money, if you're sitting at the machine and it fails, and the machine may require RAM clear, your money goes into your account,
Yeah.
and you can just move to another machine.
I'm not sure.
That's exactly
No, I'm not sure that
because
did these games even contain a RAM?
yeah,
Yes, there is RAM.
yeah, that's
Okay. I was going to say because there is no, because we don't have no random we have no.
Random number
generator.
that's kind of an apple and oranges thing. This machine has no idea that there's any card reader or bill acceptor. So they're totally disconnected. So if our accounting system has an issue, it puts the money back in your account. This machine really has no idea how much money's in your account.
And that's a good point. Is that
So
our
it's
system doesn't
totally
know- doesn't know
separate.
anything about it. So if you did a RAM clear, you can do it. But it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah,
It does
but
contain,
essentially
it
would
does
do it.
contain electronic meters, though, like you said, based what would be like
This
games played
has
or
no.
or
That-
money-
well,
or money
it
in.
Track it up. to server levels.
That's server, but it said, can you track at the machine level and the server? So if there's a discrepancy, you can go back to the
Yes,
individual
it
machine.
does
and
hold history, so you can go back and look back and see what happened.
Number of
Probably
games
against what
played,
function.
amount of money put in.
no. See, that's where we're.
Well, I'm sorry.
Jason's not. I think they're not realizing these are two entirely
Yeah, but
different
we
entities.
keep track of the
This
bingo
machine
game,
has
keep
no
track of
idea
the-
how much money was put in our bill acceptor.
Right.
There's nothing you can do to this to see that I put $1 in that box or I put $1 in this machine. It has no
Go
idea.
back to the server.
This
There's a dispute
only displays the ball draw. It only displays the bingo game. It has no idea anything else is going on. There's an on and off switch. If that card is an active card, and the account has value in it, that's all this thing knows. It doesn't know how much value. If the machine fails, if the power goes out, anything, our accounting server knows how much money is on that account.
So the machines won't show any
Instantly.
server information?
No, they have no idea.
You have to go back to the
So
servers then if there's a-
yeah,
It's
the
like putting a laptop
crossover
in
into
there,
this
filter,
into
then
this new
whatever.
age of these machines is that the machines still have an ability to have a counter because you push the button and that's one, push a button that's two. It knows the button was pushed. It has no idea what else happened. There's no funds. There's nothing. This machine has any idea. This button just plays a bingo game, and it's totally separate from any accounting at all.
So what's theoretically like? I'm just going to start off like a brand new person walked in, know absolutely nothing about it. From an engineering standpoint, I hit play. What am I theoretically doing in the game? I mean, is that giving me a card? Is that a play button generating
there.
a card against the bingo game?
Yeah, that's basically
Here's a card.
I can get the card right
Yeah,
here.
go ahead and fire it up because here's your bingo card. This will show the balls that were drawn, and it will, first of all, what is happening here is this account that is connected to this card has $20.75 in. So what we'll do is we'll withdraw money from the account, making a bet.
There you go.
And can you upload and download credits or whatever money's on your account automatically goes
No.
to credits?
No, nothing's put on the machine. The machine is just reflecting what is in your account.
Okay.
Now,
It's just a visual display of what's in your
So if I got
account.
$100 on my account, I put my card in, it's going to display it.
It's going to say you got $100 on your
Right.
account, just like the
What's in
ATM
your
machine.
account. Okay.
It's
Right.
just like an ATM balance inquiry. It's doing the same thing. It's just looking at an account.
think of if you bought a Home Depot, got a Home Depot a gift card, and the Home Depot gift card has a $100 balance. That balance is stored in Home Depot's computer. When you go in and if you make a $50 purchase, your card doesn't have a $50. It's still an identifier. That $50 is still residing in the Home Depot server.
Yeah.
But you've just withdrawn the money to do something, in this case, make a $50 purchase. The same situation is going here. You're withdrawing from your account to purchase the play of a bingo game. And in this game, for instance, we can play, I think the minimum bet is 9 cents. So you can make a 9-cent withdrawal from your account to play a bingo game. The balls are drawn here. We got a winning pattern. Here are the patterns. You can see this pattern here. It was lit up. This is the pattern, the game-ending pattern. And in this case, it took 45 numbers to hit that game-ending pattern, so no prize was awarded. It's
Prizes are awarded just like regular bingo. A jackpot bingo would be 4 or 5 balls if you're using the free space in the center of the bingo card or not. This is the paper bingo card.
again 45.
So the center space is always a free space on a bingo card. So if you were to hit bingo, it would
Not doing
hit
well.
a jackpot, it would just show you 4 or 5 balls, and you would have 4 or 5 on the bingo card.
If you remember, the last time it was 45. Now we're up to 52. It took to hit that game-ending pattern. Birgit, you need to do this because you're the one that.
What changes the bingo card?
Yeah.
The bingo card
Is
you
it
can
static?
select. You can change your bingo card just by touching
Or
it.
is it?
Yeah, that one's down here, but you can
You can change
Yeah.
the card. Until
some
you
of the
find
game.
one you
There's
like.
different games, so some of them you touch it and it'll switch.
So
But
is
you
there,
can.
is there basically a constant cycle of ball drops happening, and when you hit that button, that locks you into that ball drop, or is it the other way around?
When
That would probably be Jason's.
When the form bets, when both players hit the button to activate the game,
Yeah.
that's when the ball drives.
I mean, how does like the RNG? It's is that constantly cycling bingo games?
It
And
is constantly going. It's always right.
just like any gaming device, that RNG is continually running.
yeah.
It doesn't do a draw and then stop.
So earlier you
Constantly
said a bingo game is over when somebody wins. So who won on that one?
No, when
No,
a game-ending pattern is hit,
Right.
not a winner, but a game-ending pattern.
So your pattern and how many balls it takes is going to determine which payout is.
Right, yeah, that's what I was saying is, and I just started at the top. A jackpot would be if only 4 balls were drawn
Which was the
and no
game-ending
other
pattern.
balls were drawn, it would obviously have been a winning pattern to make, either that way, diagonal. You would have to have 5 to go up and down on the first 2 or the bottom 2 lines, or the first 2 columns, or the last 2 columns. That would require 5 balls.
So what is the number after which you don't win?
Basically around 31-ish.
Yeah.
The games again are different. So that's, whoever designed the artwork and stuff like that. I really don't know.
You can go into the help screen and it'll tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all listed in the help screen, so it's all available to the player. How many, what the prizes are, given the number of balls that are called. So it's
So the
available.
prizes are keyed to the number of balls it takes
In
to
a-
get a winning game-ending pattern.
Right.
correct.
Now, does that configure? Are there like different pay tables, different configurations that you can select? I mean, as I know the customers can't do that, but.
As in, what do you mean?
The owner?
Just what makes you win?
What makes you win? It's all based on the bingo pattern, the bingo game.
Well, you were saying like if it doesn't hit in so many balls, and I'm not familiar with bingo that much, but is there like a certain pay table where you're going to say this combination is going to pay with this many balls
Yes.
or this
Yep.
one or this one?
And that's
where
in the
you, where
help
when you
menu.
set up the server, you pick
On the screen.
configuration
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There is math that corresponds to the bingo patterns that determines what the prizes are.
And that information's available, Greg, on the help screen so that people
Yep.
can see what they-
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, you can see the patterns and what in the bingo.
So is there like an expected hold or expected payback?
These are holding, the way we've set these up, we're holding, as a matter of fact, about 10%.
Can you change that?
Which, yeah, well, I suppose, that's about that was about as loose as we could go. As you probably know, that live bingo holds about 35%. So what we are is about 3 times as loose as any live game, that's being offered to players,
So what do you have to do to change that if you have to change it?
Re-engineer
I'm gonna have to
the
defer.
re-engineer the
Settings.
program.
Actually, we can't change that.
So it's not just set up
In
anywhere,
our
you can
system-
pick like
in our
92,
system,
90%,
correct,
89 or anything.
it's
No, we
set
don't have the
that's,
ability to do that.
That is tied to bingo patterns. Once it's set, we can't set it without unless well, make a new map on.
And that's off of that algorithm you're talking about?
Yes, all of our math is based on that.
What's
that
it called?
energy. It's the Marseille system.
It's getting cold in here. 69.
That payback can't be changed.
Unlike going into the settings, let's say on a poker machine where you can vary it up and down because you're changing the paybacks on, that doesn't work on a bingo game. You
So
have
if-
to
so if I'm
change the
doing-
entire math model.
If I'm the manager of a post, I'm the one that's dealing with this, and I say, you know, if the machines are paying back too much money, I can't request to
No.
bump it up to or bump it
No,
down to.
no, you can't. I mean, you can request like, see, we can't do it. It really comes out as a factor of time versus how much is paid out or how much is taken in. It's a factor of time.
And then this one says penny. Can you change the denom?
On
you
some
change
games,
the
yes.
denomination?
On some games, yes.
We could, but then that breaks the top jackpot limit in the state of Arizona. So what would happen if that went to a nickel, you jumped to $5,000 and then, which.
But once it's set at a penny, it stays at a penny?
Yeah.
It's not like you have multiple denoms, you can switch
Yeah,
around?
basically
Right.
everything's set on everything that's connected to that server
Yep,
has to be
one
set.
penny.
In our system, to keep it within regs, we would only do a penny, and you wouldn't be able to change it if you wanted to. You couldn't do it. You wouldn't do it.
Is there a progressive capability?
On some of them, yes.
Well, they may have a capability we don't offer that. Some of the things, what you're looking at was changed. I mean, this
You'll see
this
these.
actual art used to have progressives, but
It doesn't progress.
all's
What's that?
this means is, and I'm going to use some random because I really don't know without doing math. If you hit bingo in, I think, 16 balls. So if you got a winning bingo pattern in just the first 16 balls, that would be the $50 prize. That doesn't mean this will never change. If you hit it again in 16 balls, you're going to get that prize again. This software, again, we fixed up an old car to test it and made it work. This software may have been written to do something like that originally, but these are fixed numbers. They don't change. So no, you can't.
If it
In other
was,
words, it's not really a progressive because there's no contributions going to it.
Right.
It doesn't progress.
Right.
It's just another prize.
if it was able to be hooked up progressive, that'd be set on, obviously, on the server? Right.
No.
For our system, it is.
It wouldn't be on the machine because it's just the box, it's just the visual.
Yeah, this cabinet and the machine, the computer inside of it is just a computer. It's a computer.
As a matter of fact, last week, Luis here turned one of these into a jukebox for. I mean, because just to show that it's nothing other than, he said, no, that's getting a little over the top if we made one of these into a jukebox, but it's just it's basically a video screen and a sound generator.
In a secure housing.
And that we've mounted our card reader and a way to fund your player account in the same box. It's just all in a box.
Has the RNG ever, I mean, the RNG that runs on there, has it been tested by an independent lab or anything like that?
Ours has, yes, both has.
Yeah, anything that we've, even though that is not in the regs and there's nothing been set up in the state of Arizona, anything that we've been using has, like, when we're talking about the ball draw servers, either gone through GLI or BMM. And, I mean, it'd be ridiculous not to, because that's what's available. And that's what, if somebody ever wants to look at it, we can pull a certificate.
If you open the door, is there any switches that are wired to some kind of system that lets somebody know them they open the door, the cash box for the drop?
Not any system that we, no. There's
Let Jason drive
the
that.
display.
Yes, there's a main door alarm, there's a belly door alarm, there's a cash box door alarm. There are alarms that will throw the machine out of service.
So they're audible alarms? Well, audible and
It's not audible, but it does throw the machine out of service. It'll make it unusable until that alarm is
The
removed.
events are registered in the server.
Yes.
Accounting server.
You were saying, just to go back to the beginning, when I put my player card in there, those two lights go up. I can put cash in there and it goes to my account, right?
To your
Exactly
ATM
where it
account.
goes.
So I can load my account there, or there.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, the only place you can take it out, though, is through the
Is the
ATM.
Right.
There is
You cannot load on the ATM.
Yeah, the ATM doesn't
You
accept
have
money.
to set this device up.
I guess we could.
Well, we could if you want to spend the money to get a really
Yeah.
expensive ATM,
But the bigger point is you cannot withdraw from that device.
No, that can't spit out anything. It can't. All it's doing is showing you the display. It's the only thing this box is doing.
not only will it not print out a ticket, but it has no capability. First of all, the card does not have any capability to be written to, and the machine has no capability to write to a card, even if we did have a smart card in there, which we don't.
Who writes to the card
Nobody,
when they set up the account?
Johnson Business Machines in Las Vegas program the cards. They provide that number. Do you have a real card with a number on it, or without a number on it, or? Yeah, there. This number. Part of this is covered over, Andy.
It's just the mag strip says Links Game.
I think this is a
And-
real one from the.
Yeah, they have stickers on them. The same card with
Yeah.
sticker on it.
This first 8 numbers has been assigned to us it's a nationally registered number. It's just like, the last 8 numbers is registered to the these are
The
variable. Yeah, these are variable. So basically what happens is, this is a unique identification card, and when these are actually printed, and they're printed by Johnson Business Machine in Las Vegas that prints a lot of
Is that
identification cards for a lot of different companies.
That's the one I got.
Oh, that's one
They are
we got.
coded by
Okay.
Johnson. We don't code them. So they come to us
No,
pre-coded.
it shouldn't. Whoops.
So you just have a big box of
There's 18.
printed cards,
Exactly.
and then when somebody wants to join, you sign them an account and assign them the card.
They have at each post location, they have basically a sign-up sheet, and behind the bar, there are certain cards that are registered to that location. We pre-register, let's say, card from 1 to 500 to Domingo and Angels Post, let's say. Then when those cards are handed out, the person actually signs their name, their address, and their email address, and that sort of thing. And then they are issued that card. There's no charge for the card. That would obviously violate the law, because you're not supposed to charge for the ability to access a technological device that takes the place of a bingo card.
And they keep it with them?
Yeah.
And what if they lose it?
Same thing as if I lost a $20 bill. That's
who do you call to cancel that? Or
it's on. The number is on is on the back of the card, and it's posted. You just call and we can cancel it. Gary, you can explain how you can kill a card.
Yeah, if I know the number.
you at the post can say card number 47, turn it off, it's no longer active.
Are the financials linked? Like if I don't know, if I go to 3 different posts, one in Tempe, one in Chandler, one in Gilbert, can I use that card at all 3?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Somewhere along the line, assuming that because again, that's just on the accounting system. It has nothing to do with the game. At this point, nothing is linked. The posts are not cross-linked. We have not written that much software. Yeah, I mean, we've been writing a lot of software, but we haven't written that yet.
And the account anywhere in the loop that's not tied into like a bank account where I can transfer.
No.
Domingo on the back has a
Question.
question.
You can now use the card in other machines like the DFW or other agents, but can you still use a card to withdraw from another place? So let's say if I'm using the card of the American Legion and I got that card and I go to the DFW, can I withdraw from the
Not
MLB?
yet.
So that's a good idea. So that card's only good for that post.
It's
and that
only good
machine for
in
the
that
empty
post,
machine.
in that location, in that building. Everything is localized in that building. Nothing goes outside the building, nothing goes outside the location. There is no crosstalk between locations. There's ultimately.
Is this your water, Luis?
Ultimately, when we get to it, we
Huh?
would like these, so you could use your card to withdraw at another ATM, for instance, or whatever. But again, that's only an accounting function. But there is no crosstalk between locations when it comes to the ball draw server. None of that is wired together. And the ATMs at this point are not wired together. They talk to the national
Excuse
ATM
me.
banking network in all the locations. But they don't talk to our accounting system.
And then, of course, Post
Outside of
47
the-
has a state
We-
convention. Can I use my player card in that
We
machine?
weren't going there
Okay.
today,
Okay.
and that's why I didn't want Domingo to be here.
There is no event that will happen on this machine that would make it a taxable event.
Even if it's like if it keeps adding up?
That isn't the way the federal tax law works. It's one event at $1,199.99, and there's no event that these machines can do that would hit that amount. But, since you mentioned this, what we have done is we've made sure that people cannot use, we have set this up for Title 31 events. So if somebody was feeding money in and blowing it out through the ATM, we can watch for Title 31 events, which is something nobody here in the state of Arizona, including the tribal casinos, are set up to do, to the best of my knowledge. We've already written that.
You said that the games were you said you kind of took parts from to build these cabinets, or were these provided by a manufacturer kind of done?
These cabinets and the ones that you saw in Topak, what we did is we bought these machines from Eclipse Game. And these were our test mules, and I guess that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
They were our test mules. When all of these kind of machines were originally manufactured by any manufacturer, they had such things as ticket printers in them, and they had this, that, the other sort of thing. We did away with all of those stuff. We made blocking plates to block off. We had to, Randy, you worked with Eclipse on these. Tell them all the nonsense you went. For months getting this
Yeah,
stuff.
we could have built a cardboard box like that. Obviously, these boxes held monitors and buttons. Some of the buttons don't function anything. There used to be buttons that said cash out and things like that, because these were old machines used for other things. So, like I said, it was a car with wheels. We just, put a different motor in it and drove it. So the other kind of card readers don't work with our system at all. The bill validators have a lot in common in the way they hold the money, so that worked out. The monitors are, monitors are monitors, so that works out. So we just used a lot of their pieces.
Why not use something that's already on the market? Like you said, there's the Bill 11
Well, there
is supposed to
isn't-
be ADA compliant. There's stuff out on the market, right, that can display that. Why go this route?
Well, because, if I can answer that, because we couldn't wheel a machine out of Glendale and put it out on the floor in the general populace, simply because there are things that machine does that would violate some poison pill issues, including printing a ticket. That's a big one. Or adding a value to a card. We can't do that either, because our devices cannot give out anything of value. So all of the equipment that's currently manufactured, except for our specifications, and we had to go to people like Jason's company and say, listen, this is our list of specifications. Can you build things that will meet these specifications? They didn't build it. They didn't build it when we asked them. You want us to do what? But if we'd have done what you said, we'd had a poison pill issue. We really would have. And we constructed this equipment specifically to avoid those things in the compact that would have triggered that poison pill. This machine gives out nothing of value. This machine takes nothing of value. In other words, we cannot put money into this machine. It will sell you something. It will sell you the right to play a bingo game, which is in Arizona law is permissible. So it will allow you to purchase the right to play a bingo game from your account. But that isn't in here. When you put in money, it doesn't go here. It goes into your account.
So instead of wheeling one off of West Valley Casino in a Class 2 machine, you took the components and I see three major components. You've got the card and the accounting is the one component.
That doesn't exist, and they may
Well,
have
not
a
in
player.
I don't mean in the machine. You have a player card that tracks accounting, correct, of dollars and cents?
No, we don't. In the West Valley, they have a player club card, and that player club card allows them to access the hotel rooms, free drinks, free meals, this, that.
I mean yours.
Ours is an ATM card.
BTA.
Well, I know it, but think of it as an ATM card. All it is an identifying card that allows you to access your player account. The West Valley machines have nothing that even vaguely resembles that.
Sure. Okay. So there's a key difference to what you're saying.
Key
is
difference.
That you're taking an ATM or VTA card,
Right.
as opposed to being incorporated, the accounting being incorporated in the machine as it would be in a casino. You're extracting it to a card and separating it from the gamble. Is that correct?
I don't
Is that fair?
expect it's a card.
No.
It's
No,
the
we're not.
players cards that I believe you're referring
The
to.
ones you showed me is what I'm
Okay,
talking about.
that's why I said BTA.
Yeah, here.
That BTA card,
We have right here.
there's a diagram
Here's a
of it.
diagram.
But if I'm getting you right, you're kind of comparing a player's card
No,
that
no,
you
no,
would
not
get.
at all.
It's
I'm
a
just-
it's a
I'm
card
just-
that is
just a-
I registered to me. I go in, I have a card, it has 4 numbers or 8 numbers, whatever it is.
Right.
That's my card.
Right.
He's just using that as the term.
I just mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't mean to compare it to a Class 2. I'm saying the reason you just told me because you did this method. I go, why not use something out in the world that already exists
Okay,
to do this?
because they didn't make
Because
it.
it didn't exist.
We made it. They didn't
Right.
make it.
It did not exist.
But for example, my question being pursuant to 1180, which was passed to be a display for ADA compliance. So
Right.
That's where this came about. All right. So if it's a display for ADA compliance, I go, there are a million displays on the market for ADA compliance.
Right.
Correct?
Well-
I mean, they're like little iPad-looking devices we've seen
Do-
that they use in bingo halls to comply with that provision. And my original question is, why go through all this trouble? And you said you have a poison pill if you wield a
Because
Class
those
2.
aren't ADA compliant. Those that's not our gig. It's not our car.
Okay.
It's those. If you have difficulty using your hands, you can't. I have a friend.
Stands, you can set them on the table.
One of
Well,
the
sure. I mean,
Yeah.
one of the people that was one of the reasons that this evolved the way it did, has Parkinson's. She came up in some of our meetings. She can't play paper bingo at all. She will color the whole card.
Let me
She
just
can't
answer-
hold a tablet. She can't push a button on a tablet. She has violent shakes. She can push a button on this machine. She can get the card in the machine. She doesn't have to hold anything. She can walk with help to sit down in front of a machine. So there's different levels of helping people with disabilities. Those tablets, we looked at tablets. There was too many reasons that tablets weren't going to work for us. Funding them, if you're in a wheelchair and you're sitting at a tablet at a table, how do you got to go buy you got to go fund it somewhere else.
My point is that a Class 2 machine has a bill receipt for all those poison pill issues, right?
Right.
A display is a display that exists on the market right now and is used in bingo halls across the state and across the country. I'm saying is why incorporate
Well,
an
I
accounting
think
system
I can-
into a display? And that's my question is.
Can I answer your question
please.
real simply?
Yeah, please.
What kind of car do you drive?
4.
Okay, well, I don't. And I have a different kind of car than you have because a manufacturer decided a better way to do my car, and then he put them on the market. And what we chose to do was something that met our needs as we saw them.
Okay.
You
Well, and it's
drive
somewhat
Ford,
unique.
I drive a Chevrolet. We have something that worked and that we built, and that we pretty much own a lot of the stuff that's in there. Whereas, for instance, the Video King system, frankly didn't work for what we wanted to do.
Okay.
It didn't. And
Well, in a lot of-
there basically are only actually three manufacturers that do that kind of particular system, and none of those did what we wanted to do.
Okay.
So that's the simple answer. We came up with a solution which we thought was unique and would be attractive to our customers.
Okay. So it's innovation is what you're saying.
Absolutely. And compliance.
And compliance.
Right.
Can we see like menus or the inside of it?
Sure.
That's what we want.
You want to see the inside of the box?
But they were blacked out.
Oh.
He said, why did Mason's company now believes us and we're gonna build it the way we have built that. Because these new ones are.
That's the monitor. Again, these are old Aim Fun cigarette butts in the bottom of one.
Really?
And in the bottom, it has a monitor and it has the
Graphics generator.
generator. And then a wiring harness in the back where the buttons connect. This is